the Micmac Native Americans from the Northeast U.S. and Southeast Canada. Now, look how similar some of these characters are to characters in the written language of the Micmac tribe, whose written language is a form of Egyptian called Hieratic Egyptian. They had this language before the European settlers even arrived. How do the Micmacs have Hieratic Egyptian as their language? Is it fake? Is it just coincidence? No, it's been handed down from their ancient ancestors. That's how they had it before the European settlers arrived.
What this non-Mormon commentator is stating is that he is looking at the Anthon transcript written by Joseph Smith, claiming that he copied these hieroglyphics or letters off certain plates he retrieved from one of the Indian mounds called the Hill Cumorah, in which the previous mound building culture had left a written record of their civilization. According to Mormon history, Joseph Smith copied the lettering off the gold plates that he retrieved from this mound and sent it with his mentor, Martin Harris, to have a professor of ancient languages review it. His name was Professor Anthon, who, upon seeing the written letters that Joseph Smith had copied, claimed them to be authentic. Then later on, when he found out that this was Joseph Smith's translation or a copy of letters, then Professor Anthon denied that he ever told Martin Harris that he believed the lettering to be authentic. So this ancient Native American investigator is comparing Joseph Smith's hieratic script that he copied off the gold plates with the actual language of the Micmac tribes. Whether this is true or not, who knows? But I'm just saying it's very interesting that the Micmac tribe also characterized its language in this hieratic script. And the commentator says they're both ancient Egyptian. Again, that's debatable. Previous article showed that it was ancient Sumerian Turk, but Egyptian, Turk, you say tomato, I say tomato. From Wikipedia, hieratic is the name given to a cursive writing system used by the ancient Egyptians and the principal script used to write that language from its development in the 3rd millennium BC until the rise of the demonic in the mid-1st millennium. So here's the copy of the paper on which Joseph Smith wrote his hieratic lettering, which he called the Reformed Egyptian, or in which plates that he retrieved from the Hill Cumorah. It does look to be quite similar to the actual hieratic of the Egyptian language. So let's look at Wikipedia and let's look at the similarities. Okay, so this is a tablet of hieratic excerpt, instructions of Amenetai, dated about the 18th dynasty reign of Amenhotep, 1514 to 1493. And it reads, "Be on your guard against all who are subordinate to you. Trust no brother, know no friend, and make no intimates." This does not appear to be Egyptian is because of the content. Egyptians were very gentle, home-loving people. They loved each other. They showed each other affection. And in fact, their religion demanded that they not obey laws, but they obey the law of love. In other words, when the Egyptian went to see his maker, somewhat like St. Peter or whoever the judge is not going to ask him, did you obey this law? Did you obey that? No, the judge is going to ask them simple questions. Did you make people happy? Did you treat your servants well? Did you feed the children? Did you show enough love to your wife and children? Is your heart lighter than this feather because of all the happiness and laughter you spread? Yes, then you may enter the kingdom of the Egyptian gods. In other words, they're positive affirmations. It's opposite of the Sumerian Old Testament God of the Ten Commandments. Thou shalt do what I say. I am your God. Thou shalt love one another. Thou shalt obey your master, etc., whatever the Ten Commandments are. Now, you see how the Ten Commandments are very similar to the Amenhotep plate? Trust no brother, trust no one. Always make your subordinate subordinate. That is very non-Egyptian. What this is very, what I would consider Mongolian. But let's take a look. We've already discussed the fact that the hieroglyphics were actual Sumerian Turk. So they came out of the Mongolian, Sumerian cultures of war and conquest, not the Egyptian culture where it was coordinated, voluntary, and the rule was how many people did you make happy today? How many children did you make laugh today? Did you share your wealth with your brothers and sisters? That was the Egyptian way, not the Sumerian way. But let's take a look. We've already decided that this is going to be Sumerian Turk. So does this hieroglyph or hieratic match what Joseph Smith wrote on his piece of paper presented to Anthon, Professor Anthon? Well, let's take a look. This is a very interesting 3, right? It's a 3, and then you're going to have, let me see what else I can see that's going to be similar. So I'm going to call out on all experts of hieratic script to see if Joseph Smith's scripts do seem characteristic of the Sumerian Turk hieroglyphic script. So this 3 is very prominent. Let's take a look at Joseph Smith's script. See if we can see any 3s. Here's a 4, and here's a A. Here's a 3 right here. I wonder if Joseph Smith copied that plate. Oh, here's another 3. I wonder if these are identical to the Amenhotep script. Like there's a 3, there's a 3. That's on the second line from the bottom, and then the third line from the bottom. Let's take a look here. Look at that 3 here. Look at that 3, almost in the same position. Amazing. Here's a 3, and here's a 3. Well, let's take a look at the beginning of the line. Look, there's the 4. Oh my gosh. There's the 4 at the front of the line. 3, 3. And here's a 4. They look identical. Let's take a look. They're identical. Let's take a look again. Here's Joseph Smith. Here. Oh my gosh. Right there. Here's the top line, and here's the second. Let's take a look. There it is. There's the H. Here's a double H right there. Look at there, right there, the H. These look like the same written language, the same verse. They copied from Joseph Smith. Here's that 3 right there. Let's see. 5, and here's a double. There's the 5. Here's, oh my gosh, it's identical.